Okay, cool. Yeah, that works.
What's up, everybody? This is the Grand Line Gazette, where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. We talk about the chapters, we talk about the episodes, we talk about the people, places, and things. That's Tad and Kev. I'm Corey from the Overlook. Uh, let's get started. We are gonna do a quick video. As you
Mm-hmm.
can see behind us, this hand. As you can see behind us, the end of chapter 1132. We have an excerpt. I didn't know. I thought it was this guy's inner monologue. But I guess it's from the Bragman book
Yes.
that we saw in
Yes.
Little Garden, in the East Blue, not in the East Blue, in the beginning of the Grand Line, way back when. We also have a shadowed figure walking through the forest there. So we're going to talk a little bit about this excerpt. We're going to talk a little bit about Bragman and the author of this excerpt. And we are going to talk a little bit about who we think this cloaked figure is.
Oh yeah.
Well, the two possible options for the cloaked figure at this point. Yeah. Kev, I got the excerpt up. Do you want me to read the excerpt real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So it starts. The grass and trees, the vines and flowers, the insects and fish and birds, all the animals, all of them are breathtaking. Adventurers do not regret the time that has gone by without return. However, in regards to this mysterious land called Elbaf, where everything, if I have to write down just one thing here, I want you to always keep these words in your heart. Do not linger in this land for long. Louis are not adventurer. Okay, so this translation was not the literal translation. There are definitely some typos right here. But everything is mysterious in the land called Elbaf, but you have to write one thing down. This guy says you have to keep these words to heart. Do not linger here for long. All right? And this was Louis Arnott. So let's speculate on what that means. Do not linger here for long. What do you think, Kev?
I mean, a couple things pop out to me. Way back when, let's go back to Noland, Noland. He was able was able to help the Shandians fight tree fever. So that's what came to mind initially for me first. I've also seen some other theories out there. What was a theory that you liked that you've seen so far?
Of what it meant. I like the
Yeah.
time theory where it's like time might be skewed. I just saw before we started this recording, I was talking about it. I just saw this clip from Shanks saying, "Oh, I guess I lost track of time." So it's like, oh, bro, I don't know, man. Like maybe this time
It's
thing, this time bubble, because it's like we have these places in reality that are kind of like that, like Bermuda Triangle, where they say weird stuff happens. So I mean, could.
it is interesting. I hope we find out more about Bragman himself. Um, this could be very well be Bragman. We may not actually know the real character's name, Louis Arnott, because it could be a penman name.
Yeah.
So it could just be a fake name this whole time. But I wonder if there's any other books that we'll come across. I mean, we're about to be on kind of like the treasure trove of knowledge since they took it from O'Hara. So I wonder if we're going to get a few more. Maybe this is an introduction to books that may have never been heard of before because they were on O'Hara.
So
I'm pretty interested.
I mean, these books are. I think we had in the last video there were some audio difficulties, but I think we speculated maybe one of those authors could have been Odin within that Bragman book. You know what I mean? Or you said Louis Arnott could have also been Odin. It's an interesting last name. Arnott, like is not like fake fable.
Yeah.
Elbaf. All these things are kind of plays on words and like words within words and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. I hope we get more stuff from Louis as this, like at the end of this seems like an arc. You know what I mean? Like this is the end of the arc, or at least the next chapter is the end of the arc. And you know what I mean? Like six
Yeah,
issues on some Marvel DC type stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe at the end of every 6, 7 issues, we'll get another excerpt from Louis.
Yeah, and I do like that. It all depends on kind of when the books were published, right? I mean, that kind of determines who the writer was. But I would like to see it be Odin. Odin was always writing in his books while they were adventuring, so I think that'd be pretty sweet that like his adventures kind of helped people in the present. I think that'd be very interesting. I also saw that, people could be. I saw that maybe Elbath could turn normal humans into giants. I saw that on the Teching 101 video.
I mean,
Didn't really vibe with me too much, but then I always remember Punk Hazard. Maybe they're trying to recreate the same effects. Um, that's interesting. I
and,
like put a
and,
pin in
and
that.
that's the thing that makes that interesting is like they're
Yeah,
just Punk Hazard is just them trying to recreate natural effects. So it's like
exactly. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
Or
Um,
the candies could represent like the golden apples that you suspect are on Elbath. I like that a little bit. I thought of that when Teching brought it up. But we'll see because 11:33 drops tomorrow. Spoilers are out, and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty eventful chapter.
I saw a picture,
Pretty
real tear
Ooh.
jerker of a
Oh
picture.
no! Oh no! You saw it
I saw a
ruined.
real tear jerker of a picture, but
He
good
doesn't
stuff.
die.
Good
Good job.
stuff. But yeah, at the end of 1132, we do get this excerpt. Um, we do, I guess the Bragman books were a lot, because again, we've talked about this in multiple discussions, some of our reviews recently, that this arc, Elbath, seems like you're taking the Straw Hats like right after Skypiea, or I
Okay.
guess right after like that. Let's say there was a time skip and you didn't have like Marineford or nothing like that. They went to Thriller Bark, they went to Sabaody, and they just kept going. You know what I mean? Like this seems like it would be very very close in the chapter if they didn't have all kinds of difficulty because you're bringing up books from Little Garden, you're bringing up stuff from O'Hara, like you're bringing up immediate stuff that only got derailed because military intervention. So, um,
Mm.
with that being said, like my whole point with that is just that these books, I think we need to go back to those first chapters on the Grand Line. Like those first chapters in Little Garden, those first chapters in Skypiea, and kind of see what the vibe is, and then that will give us more direction on where we're going in Elbath.
I like that. Have you done? Oh, my dogs. Um, kind of lost my train of thought.
Well, as far as like
Who do you think the guy is? The silhouette.
yeah,
Do you
as
think
far
it's
as the
Louis or not?
silhouette, no, I don't. And you want to know why? Like he looks. Now that I'm looking at his silhouette right now, and you guys at home can also see on here at the bottom of the screen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
look. What's his name? Kamamatsu, or what's his name from?
Kamamatsu, the frog.
Yeah, the
Yep.
frog guy. So, Shiki did have a very, very distinct look where he kind of did have like the hair Kamamatsu had. He could be wearing the sun hat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think he also smokes. So, I mean, you kind of have that look to it. But the other possible was Scopper Gaban.
Stopper.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was the same hooded figure had the casa and was drinking with Crocus and the whale. I forget his name off the top of my
Laboon.
head now. Laboon.
Laboon!
About 10 years ago. I mean, so bravo to Oda. 10 years he's been waiting to drop this character. We're about to see him. That's Oda's a mastermind,
Yeah,
man.
it's like the way he can just place things in the world, and it's just like I'll use that later. Like that'll
Yeah.
be a plant later. Like I saw another like little video of like when Luffy was Gear Fifth, and he was talking to Bonnie, and he turned red. It was like, well, of course he could turn red because he can turn all the colors of the rainbow. It's like white is just the assimilation of all like the. Oh, he was
Bro.
going in, but
Bro, I like that. Okay.
yeah.
There's a video dropping.
But this being Scopper Gaban would also be dope because it's like he hung out with Crocus, another member of the Roger Pirates. You know what I mean? And Scopper
A
Gaban,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just he's another like elder pirate from that era, so it's like you would have a lot
Mhm.
of reverence from him. I feel like Shiki would be like a little bit older, but maybe hey, you still talk to. We would see Luffy talking to Rayleigh, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I would like it to be Scopper, and I think for quite some time that I've kind of had an assumption that we will see him again. I don't like that he would have different colored hair now, though. That I can't really explain that one away. So that's where Shiki does come in, where a lot of people think it's Shiki, and I could see that too. But it would be a nice it would be a nice little plug for it to be Scopper, and then maybe we learn what happened to inside the egg as well from this. I think that'd be interesting, and I would like to see that. So
Yeah, check out our video on the egg, Roger's
yes,
egg. Uh, your theory? It's on the top of the Elbaf tree, up there in the heaven realm,
ooh,
on top of the heaven realm. Like, One Piece, dragons, and a lot of mythologies, like
mm-hmm.
phoenixes and dragons are synonymous. You know what I mean? They're giant,
Mm-hmm.
mystical, like flying, bird-like, scaly, feathered creatures that breathe fire sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Like this would be very, very interesting. And whatever's in this egg, if it was a phoenix, I mean, this is going off the rails now. Like, I mean, what if we, the audio in our last video, we were talking about Marvel Rivals already. We were talking about how Elbaf, the tree, the Atom Tree, might have like some mystical powers. Well, maybe some of them are also deviated from whatever's in that egg if it's locked in there.
mm,
I think this is the keeper of that egg, though, because I do. That's
I
a thing I
agree.
think for sure.
I agree.
And
Tell us what you guys think down in the chat, though. I mean, I'd really love to hear from you guys. Who do you guys want this to be? We have three very common options that a lot of people think it is. Who are some non-common ones that you guys can tell us that maybe we're missing?
and
Maybe you
also,
guys can put us on.
before you write that comment, go check our video on Roger's egg, because I know some of y'all are like, "What the hell? There's an egg?" Yeah, I was the same way during the video. They had to tell me, but yeah. Check out that video. Write down in the comments below who you guys think that shadow mysterious figure is, and we will be back tomorrow with the chapter review for 1133.
Peace.